Hello, Katrina. So I've been thinking a lot this week about how easy it is to take the living situations of college for granted. You know, I really don't miss most of college, but what I do miss is all of us being like concentrated together, you know. You and I lived together, obviously, but then all of our friends were also like just walking distance away. So it was so easy to do things. Sorry, Peter has a cone on his head from getting fixed. So there's probably going to be a lot of noise in the background from him walking around the house. But you know, it was so easy to just text somebody like, hey, I want to go look for costume supplies at Goodwill. Want to come? And just this really casual nature, you know, we're watching TV show. Want to come over? And I miss that. And it's not just location, you know, it's also the fact that a lot of us have other obligations. You know, for example, Katie actually lives pretty close to me. But, you know, she has a full-time job and I have stuff going on too, so it's harder to coordinate things because we're all actually busy as opposed to this really comfortable world of college where it's like, sure, I go to class and work, but somehow we always had a lot of time to do social stuff. I don't know why necessarily. It might just be because I've been really stuck at home taking care of the dog and I'm getting a little bit of cabin fever, but I've just been really lonely. It's kind of just a situation where you realize that growing up sort of sucks. I mean, college is really just perfect in so many ways, you know. You have enough freedom where you get to make your own decisions, you know, you're paying your own rent, you choose where you live, all that kind of stuff. But you still get away with a lot of things, you know, like when you blow all your money going shopping or something, people are more understanding because like, oh, you know, you're still a kid, you're gonna make mistakes, and it's acceptable to like rely on your parents if you need money for textbooks, and you know, you can go out to the bars on a school night and not feel like a total loser for doing it. And even though I haven't actually finished school yet, I have finished college, if that makes sense. Like, that section and chapter of my life is concluded, and I don't want that. And I mean, there's some really great stuff about growing up, you know, like I'm in a much nicer apartment now and we own nicer things and we can afford to have a dog, and you know, there are definite perks. I'm not saying that growing up is just like an all-around horrible thing, but it's kind of lonely being a grown-up. Especially now that we're in September and all of our shows are coming back on, because, of course, getting psyched for, like, the Once Upon a Time premiere and stuff just has me being like, oh, I want to watch this with Katrina. Katrina, I know I told you this already, but my car has officially died. Not just, like, dead battery, but, like, that car is not turning on again kind of thing. We could get it fixed, but it would be a minimum of $5,000, and at that point we can literally just buy a new car, so that's what we're gonna do. But we weren't planning on doing that this month, so you know, it's gonna be a while. Like, we found a couple cars that we liked for around $3,000, but in a shocking turn of events, we don't just have $3,000 lying around in our shoe boxes, so we had to save for a little bit, which means that we're just stranded without a car for a little bit. Luckily, Jake is able to carpool, and you know, we live in a pretty good location, so there's like quite a few things within walking distance and stuff. My job is within walking distance. But between that and having to stay home to make sure Peter's not licking his stitches and stuff, I mean, that's probably why I'm feeling so lonely. I'm just like literally stuck in the house. I also was thinking about some of the videos I've been posting lately, and I realized I haven't done like a weight check-in in a while. So my current weight is 256 pounds. So it's going, you know, I'm losing the weight. It's just, it's always so much slower than we want it to be. You know, I went to the gym twice this week. Why don't I look like a supermodel yet, man? It'll be worth it though, you know. I complain, but I know it'll be worth it in the long run. I don't really have too much more to say this week. I was going to talk about Halloween costume ideas, but yeah, you know, as usual, I can't make up my mind about what I'm going to dress as. Right now, I'm stuck between a cyborg, which I think would be really cool, and some kind of family costume with Jake and the dog. Like, Peter could be Peter Pan, and he could be one of the Lost Boys, and I could be Wendy, or we could be Mickey and Minnie and Pluto or something. Like, I don't know. I have all these ideas, yet nothing's happening. So, okay, I'm sorry that this video is a little Debbie Downer-y. I'm just gonna say it's because it's rainy and gloomy outside, and yeah, just blame it on the weather and not take responsibility for my own actions and emotions, because that's how you adults. Katrina, I'll see you on Thursday.